everyone trying to build a more inclusive culture that the most common statement I hear, it's not fair. And this is kind of a nonstop triggering machine for a lot of people. And I love the quote you put in the book by Peter Drucker. It's decisions are made by the person who has the power to make the decision, not necessarily the best person or the wisest person or the most qualified or insightful, but the person who has the power by virtue of his or her position. And I see that a lot. Do you see that a lot with the companies that you work with, that they just state this statement and that stops the inclusivity from really being fostered in that organization?
It does. It operates in 2 ways. First of all, it's hard to accept that the person who's in the position of power is actually the person who has the power to make a decision if we don't think they're the best person. We need to accept that. And I hear this is the source of a lot of it's not fair. It's not fair. This guy's a jerk. He made this decision. It was a bad decision. Okay, fine. It's not fair. Organizations aren't fair. Life isn't fair. Anybody who thinks this is a total meritocracy and people only rise because of their hard work is pretty dug in to a point of view that there are plenty of examples that could run counter to that. So it's not fair. Let's start from a place where we acknowledge that life isn't fair and that part of what we're trying to do in organizations is acquire more information so that we can create a fairer organization in order that people can realize their best talents. The largest possible percentage of people can realize their best talents. So that's the motivation for fairness. And then that's something we're working for. It's important for leaders to have that understanding. How could this be more fair? Is there something we're missing here? But not apologizing for being in the position to be able to make the decision. We're watching horrible decisions being made all the time and they're rarely fair. So it's important for us, for people in organizations to accept that and recognize that. And I think that was the point Drucker made so strongly. But it's also important for leaders to recognize we can't pretend that everything's fair for people. People have not had an equal shot, an equal chance. But it will be good for what we're trying to do to be able to listen to the largest number of people that we can, get their voices, and take that into consideration in the decisions that we make here, even though it might not necessarily be the decision that they would prefer.